The ambulance rushed down the crowded streets, signaling to the public that yet another patient needed care to defeat this dangerous illness. Inside the vehicle, as I was hooked up to IVs and tubes of every kind, my mind began to race with worry and regret. Of the many ways I thought I'd die, I never thought that this would be it. I wish my friends and I never played that game. My name is Chad, and this is my story. I remember the day all too well, when this demon of a game was conceived, July 15th, 2016. The gang and I were playing basketball in front of my home, feeling an atmosphere of contentment that wouldn't return for several years afterwards. Brandon made a shot into the hoop. "And one!" he called out. James got the ball next and shot it as well. "Let's play a game," Andrew said. "What is it?" I asked. "It's amazing," Andrew replied. He handed me the ball and told me to make a wish. It could be anything I wanted. If I made the three-pointer, the wish would come true. If I did not, the desire would not come to pass. I closed my eyes and thought for a brief second. I wish that I'll become a millionaire one day. I got into position and launched the ball. Slowly but surely it made its way to the basket. The ball flew through the net so fast it made a swish sound. "Chad, you're gonna be a millionaire, moneybags!" Brandon teased him. Andrew took the ball next. "I wish I had a girlfriend." He shot the ball into the air and missed. Chad smiled. "I didn't know you prefer to be single, Andrew." Andrew was slightly annoyed by my remark, and I knew exactly why. With his constant fits of rage and horrible habit of belittling everyone around him, it was no secret that he probably would be without a partner well into his adulthood. Andrew let the comment slide without a reply and passed the ball to James. "I wish I could make it to the pros." James made this shot and everyone cheered. What happened next is burned into my memory forever. How could I possibly forget this? The pivotal moment that plunged the world into a Sodom and Gomorrah-type nightmare? Brandon took the ball. "I wish Emmy would go into a coma forever," he said. Then he shot a three-pointer and made it. I had no idea you could be both shocked and furious at the same time. "Why would you say that?" I yelled at him. "Because Emmy is annoying and life would be better if she were never here." Brandon responded callously. "You can't wish for that? That's horrible. This may just be a game, but the power of life and death is in your tongue. What if something happened to her? Her blood would be on your hands." "Nonsense, Chad. It's just a game, remember? You wish for it next." He handed Chad the basketball. "I'm not taking any part in this." "Fine," Brandon answered. "We'll just go home and we won't hang out anymore." Back then, I was very dependent on the approval of these people. I did not have any friends outside of Brandon, Devin, James, or Andrew. Being homeschooled was hard because my social circle was extremely limited. As a result of this, I felt that this friend group, despite not being actual friends, was my only way to socialize with others. So I became desperate and would often do things that went against my beliefs just to fit in with the crowd. However, I still have nightmares about this particular incident. I took the basketball and repeated the words, "I wish Emmy fell into a coma." And then I shot the three-pointer and it went in. Suddenly, there was a loud crack of thunder, and we all saw a huge bolt of lightning strike down a tree behind my house. All of my friends ran home. I ran inside the house and took a shower. Then I cried in my room for a few hours. "What have I done?" was the only thought that rang through my mind. Afterwards, other thoughts began to replace my crippling guilt, such as, "It's just a game. At least Brandon is still your friend. Words don't really matter. Besides, Emmy is annoying anyway. But it's not like she's really going to suffer because you said she would." At first, these ideas didn't feel so comforting, but then I convinced myself there wasn't anything to worry about. The basketball hoop didn't really have power. My words didn't really have power. It was just a harmless game. The events that unfolded over the following year were traumatizing, to say the least. Other than the bolt of lightning that flashed behind my house that day, there was one other form of foreshadowing I witnessed.